All right, looks like it was working. Don't know if the sound was loud enough, so we'll turn that up. Turn the mic. Oop, that's a little bit too much. Yeah, here we go. Test, test, test. Don't want it to make too loud, but all right. Let me know if you can hear this in the comments, and we'll have some fun. If you were paying attention to that last little bit, I was just talking about how I got so much going on over here that sometimes I don't pick up my guitar as much as I ought to, so I need to get ready to perform some of these songs this weekend. So even though they're mostly rock tunes, I'm going to just be presenting them on this 12-string guitar, which is like its own little rock band in itself. And another thing I'm going to be working on is as I'm developing these educational videos with the different approaches to playing the guitar and the keyboards on them, I'm going to be using some of these tunes as sort of the impetuses. I don't know if that's the right plural word. Impeti. Motivations and structures to present some of these tutorials, especially like the first one I'm going to play, Junior the Turtle. It's just E minor, G, D, A for the verse, and then C, D, let's see, C, D, oh, and F, A minor, C, D, F, A minor, B. It's the only bar chord you need there at the end there. But so this is a good song to start y'all out on eventually. So I'm just going to be practicing for most of this week. But as we really get into the meat of things, I'll be sharing some slideshows and I'll have some downloadable content in the comments with charts for the chords and on both the piano and the guitar for these tunes. And starting with this one. This one's called Junior the Turtle. Let me turn down the volume on my monitor here. Okay, and shoot me a comment if you're actually paying attention and you have any feedback on this, especially the technical end. Oop, didn't mean to do that. Okay, this one's called Junior the Turtle. I started writing this one with my high school band that meets on Fridays called Broken Physics. Great bunch of guys. And it's funny, lyrics are the hardest thing for me. I've got so many songs that are practically finished other than just having lyrics that I don't get cheese phobic about. But sometimes when I take my own ego out of the situation and it's kind of meshed together with other folks' projects, I don't know, it's easier for me to just take a step back and not worry about it and just let it happen. And this lyric just kind of wrote itself. We all came up with the idea of Junior the Turtle together, but then I just kind of ran with it, and yeah, it happened. It turned out to be a really powerful lyric and a good opening for the album. It kind of exemplifies, the whole gamut of experience on this album, which is going to sometimes range from the rather silly to the sort of intense and serious. And this one kind of straddles both those worlds. So see what you think. This one's called Junior the Turtle. Wait, let me check this out here. 1 second, please. Okay. Not getting notifications. Okay, there it is. Okay. All right, the monitor's working. Let's see how much latency there is. And here, we'll do this. We'll go 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1008, 1009, 1010, 1011. So it's 11 seconds between when I'm talking to you and when I hear me talking to you over on my monitor here. So yeah, thanks for bearing with me. I'm just kind of still getting my legs with this technology, and but it's pretty fun, pretty exciting, and you know, what the heck, it's free. So if you want to hang out and listen to me play some tunes as I'm learning them, well, there'll probably be some starting and stopping because this is just me practicing, but in a way that's going to be a lot more efficient than if I was just dinking around by myself and am not really thinking that there'd be people out there. So maybe there is, maybe there isn't, but you know, it's going to keep me focused. Anyways, blah, 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 blah. I'll stop talking to you and I'll start playing music here. This one, like I said, is called Junior the Turtle by me and Broken Physics. It's going to be the first song on my album, Sleeping Dragons. Junior's a turtle who lives down the street in front of the stairs. He's 76 or he's 38. Nobody knows, nobody cares. Little Sally's got a salad. There's never enough, but she always shares. She takes it back to the alley. Nobody sees her, nobody cares. Actually, that'd be, she takes it back to the alley. Nobody sees him, so nobody stares. Then when the rain comes, he pulls in his hair. Life flies around him. He's warm in his bed. Junior's, get this mic straight up here. 2, 3, 4. Junior remembers the things that he saw back in the day, back flashes of a battle. He does what he does to keep it at bay. The last drops in a bottle, the shape of the tears that he never shed. Lost thoughts of a brother who fought by his side when he dropped dead. Then when the crowd cries hooray for the brave, no one remembers the life that he gave. was a label, the face of the fear, the name of the game. Hard knock economics. People lose, someone to blame. He wasn't bugging no one. Security came and chased him away, straight back to his tunnel. An hour to go till the break of day. And when the sun shines, he packs up his shell back to the grind, finding someone to tell all of his tall tales, crazy but true. Next time you see him, remember it could be you. All right, I'll probably do that one again. As you can see, I'm still brushing up on some of the words and some of the chords. A lot going on in there. But, you know, that's why we practice. And this is kind of fun practicing in front of all of you. Yeah. If you're interested, well, if not, then sure. There's a lot of other fun stuff you go do. It's a nice day to go take a walk in Eugene, Oregon here. Not too chilly, but I got another hour to be practicing until the kids start coming. If you want to check out everything that's going on over here, go to themusiccompass.com. That's TheMusicCompass. Notice that's only one C in there. They didn't have the domain name with music ending in C and compass starting with C, so we just have one middle C. Get it? Haha. Okay, so, and please subscribe. Oh, somebody's calling from a number I don't know. Goodbye. Sometime I'll tell you about one of my shining moments answering a scam caller. It was pretty fun. But that's another time for another story. Okay, here it is again, Junior the Turtle. Junior's a turtle who lives down the street in front of the stairs. He's 76 or he's 38. Nobody knows, nobody cares. Little Sally's got a salad. There's never enough, but she always shares. He takes it back to the alley. Nobody sees him, so nobody stares. Then when the rain comes, he pulls in his hair. Light flies around him, he's warm in his bed. Junior remembers the things that he saw back in the day, back flashes of a battle. He does what he does to keep it at bay. The last drops in a bottle, the shape of the tears that he never shed, the lost thoughts of a brother who fought by his side when he dropped dead. Then when the crowd Junior remembers Junior's a label, the face of the fear, the name of the game. Hard knock economics, people who lose, and someone to blame. He wasn't bugging no one. Security came and chased him away, straight back to his tunnel. An hour to go until the break of day. Then when the sun shines, he packs up his shell back to the grind, finding someone to tell all of his tall tales. Crazy but true. Next time you see him, remember it could be you. Alright, first thing I gotta fix is this stupid microphone stand. Keeps drooping. There's nothing worse than a drooping, well, there's a lot of things worse than a drooping microphone stand, but it's nonetheless pretty annoying. Okay, things I gotta work on this is lyrics. I gotta remember that it's last drops in a bottle before Lost Thoughts of a Brother. And gotta work on that solo. E minor is like one of the best keys you can possibly rock out in, because E's kind of like the home key of the guitar. In comparison to the piano where C is kind of the home key. Guitar is just boom. E, it's that lowest resonance you can get. And then when you make E into an E minor, then you're like perfectly in line with the blues scale, which is just, you could play E minor blues scales on the guitar for hours at a time, and it's always fun. And one little thing, there's, you could play E minor open. Let's get a little close up on this. Or you can like do an A minor scooted up to the 7th fret. It's pretty nice. One little area that I've been really enjoying discovering on the guitar is on this 2nd, 3rd, and 4th string. I call them snippets, where you kind of like take some of these shapes you're doing, but then just do like a little 3-string nugget of them. And a good one is like, you play the 2nd string here. By the way, the strings go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from the highest string to the lowest string, not with respect to the floor, but with respect to our ears. These ones are higher, these ones are lower. So that's the 1st string. It's kind of counterintuitive, but that's just the way that all of the instructional books since 400 or 500 years ago decide to number them. So this is 1st string, this is 2nd string, this is 3rd string, 4th string, 5th string, 6th string, even though when we tune a guitar, we think eat at Dave's, get better eggs, in that order from lowest to highest, which makes more sense to me. But you got to choose your battles. It's just weird because, like, when you teach somebody bass, right away you can tell them, like, well, the first 4 strings on the guitar are the same as the first as the strings on the bass. So I mean, what would that? I mean, it'd be, instead of eat at Dave's, get better eggs, it's eat at Dave's, good. But if you're going to be numbering them, like minor chord nugget that I've been discovering lately is with that second string, third string, and fourth string, you have this little shape where you find your root. That means, like, if it's an E chord, you find an E. There's a nice E at the 5th fret of that second string. I'm going to play it with my ring finger because I need my index finger for the next string back, we'll call it, and 1 fret back. So we're going 5th fret on the second string, back to the 3rd string, and a fret back to the 4th fret, and then back another string back up to, we'll call it the home fret, wherever you start here, in this case 5. So 5 on the second string, 4 on the 3rd string, and yes, I do realize we got to tune that up a little bit, and then back to home, number 5, on the 3rd string, and it sounds like this. And you can do that anywhere. And you don't have to bar it, because if you're just plucking these 3 strings, then you're not going to be hearing these other strings that are still, being, well, pseudo fretted, if you will. It's kind of like the 0 fret is this nut here. If you just play everything at the 0 fret, it's like, eat at Dave's, get better eggs. But if you're just playing, a lot of these things, like if you want to scoot up that E chord, great. Those sound like, those 3 strings will sound good that you're pressing down, but these ones are still open, these ones, which sounds kind of nice in certain keys, but in other keys it doesn't. So you can press this bar down to kind of cover for all the strings that were being played open when you did your open E. So then, I tell the kids, like, play your E, normal fingering, and then just kind of switch your fingers out on those same notes so that you have this finger, ready to use as you slide this up, and then you press this down behind, and now they're all relatively the same, but just scooted up however many half steps, which in this case is 6 half steps, which takes us from E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A to B flat, and we'll be getting into all that, and I'll have little charts that you can follow along. But right now, we're just here to listen to some tunes and practice some tunes. Okay, and that was Junior the Turtle in the key of E. If you know your E minor, G, D, A, then you've got the verse down. And if you know your C, D, F, A minor, and then C, D, F, A minor, B, that's the only one you need a bar chord for. You can do your E chords scooted up 7 for a B, or it's a little bit trickier to take your A chord and scoot it up 2. Let's see if I can see. It's like, here, I'll just get like that. Same chord, different voicing, slightly different sound. A little bit harder than the E-shaped chords, but, B used to frustrate me, but now I love B. But not as much as E minor. Okay, anyways, next song on the album is more of a, a slower soul tune than the opener, which is a kind of grab you right off the bat sort of fast rock and roll tune. This one's another song on the same theme. I've used this in a little stage production of a experimental community theater piece that was based on the trial of Prometheus, which was kind of cool and relevant. And especially at this time of year when it's kind of chilly out and not everyone is as fortunate as me to be able to hang out in here in this warm house and have the luxury of just hanging out with you and your Egan. And yeah, they just found him one morning under the snow. And it's pretty heavy. And now they have actual centers all over Eugene that get activated when the weather gets below a certain threshold of temperature. and just a place for folks to go and hang out overnight and not freeze to death. So, you know, baby steps, right? Anyways, this one is called Naked Winter Sky. Maybe we should get in tune here. That's the culprit. This one's in the key of C minor, by the way, so there's an open C chord, but there's no open C minor chord. So what I do is I take the A minor and I scoot it up 3 with the bar, and then it goes to A flat, which there's no open A flat, so I take the E, scoot it up 4 with a bar, and then the F chord, well, it's kind of, well, they teach it to you like that. It's sort of along with the other open chords at the beginning. Although you're not really playing any open strings, you're kind of playing both of these first and second strings at the first fret with the same finger. It's like a mini bar. And then you do kind of the rest of a little, it's kind of like the E shape, it scooted up 1, but just kind of taken out the top 4 strings of that same shape. So, which is good for folk music. You play that a lot in like Americana. But if you want like that full, chunky rock sound, then you play all 6 strings of the bar chord. So, and there's other places you can do that. We'll get into that later. But right now, the main part of the song is C minor, A flat, F, and it's got this little riff. Which is really nice just for the over all 3 of those chords you can play the C blues scale. But then the second part is a little more eclectic, the chorus, and at that point you kind of have to leave the C blues scale and just kind of think of what chord you're in and do some arpeggios around that, or some major pentatonics, because it's a B flat, which is E shape up at the 6, back to that A flat, E shape at the 4, back to B flat, and then goes to G, which there is an open chord. But here I'm just going to slide it down, E shape at the 3, down to that F, and then E flat, which it would be like a E bar at the negative 1st fret, which doesn't really work. So we got to switch to our A shape, which would go up B flat, B, C, C sharp, D to E flat, and then back to the A flat, and then F, and then G. Back to the beginning. It's another cold December. I can feel the heat escape me as I lay on my side. Who among us still remember that winter morning when they told us Major Egan died? How many people walked on by him as they went about their business and affairs of the town before someone finally spied him. The frozen body sticking out from under snow on the ground. It's so cold, and I'm getting so old to be living outside night after night. And now they've taken my protection from the naked winter sky. Naked winter sky. It's a question of survival. It's a question of survival. A complication to, a complication to discern what laws allow. It's gonna take a tribe revival. And so we stand in provocation for an answer now. And there the council stands before us, looking down from on their pillars on high. They shake their heads and then ignore us. And still the temperature keeps falling like rain from the sky. It's so cold, cold. And I'm getting so old to be living outside night after night. And now they've stolen my protection from the naked winter sky. and it's so cold. And I'm getting so old to be living outside night after night. And now they've stolen my protection. And it's so cold, cold. And I'm getting so old to be living outside night after long night. Now they've taken my protection from the naked winter sky. 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 Thank you. Gotta take a quick bathroom break here, and I'll be right back.